heal the city and the country and the world for that matter. And just seeing some of the firefighters out along the race route, I mean, giving back after they'd lost so much, that was particularly moving and beautiful. Any other questions? Is everybody ready to go? No other pre-race jitters? What do you mean? What's this? You're ready. Yes, sir. You know, what I love about the demographics of the sport is that the ages and the numbers are moving as I age, and I think that's great, and I think that's another beautiful quality about the New York City Marathon, and any marathon for that matter. I mean, a lot of us are in midlife, and we're still out there running. I have a friend who just ran the Marine Corps Marathon, and she said it is such a gift to be able to go out and run a marathon, you know, at midlife, and it is. I mean, you've truly already accomplished great things in being here, let alone getting to the finish line. But the thing that's changed in my career is that I am getting older and not able to stand up to the same amount of training that I did when I was younger. I refer to my career in two segments, BC and AD, before children and after diapers. And once I became a parent, my training changed significantly. I used to schedule my day around my running. And now I schedule my running around my day. And that's been the biggest difference. I can still go out and run a 20-mile, 23-mile run, and that was the longest I did. Everything else was 20 or 21 or less. But it takes me a little bit longer to recovery. I find that if I'm able to get in a swimming pool, or in my case, the ocean, although it's getting a little too cold right now, just to kick it out, that's hugely helpful in getting me back for the next day. But we just have to remember we don't recover as quickly as we used to. Before I had children, I ran double workouts most days. Very, very, very rarely do I run a double today, as a matter of fact. If I do, I feel like I'm redlining. I just don't have it because I've expended energy in other ways as I've aged and become more involved in other things. But the key to all of this is balance. You need to balance your training with your work life, your family life, your community life, and everything else. And trying to strike that balance is incredibly important. And if you have that balance, I mean, I'm sure most of you are a lot like me. If you have a running injury, it's like you can't cope because you can't run. How many of you are like that? Come on, be honest. You know, for us, running is hugely important, and I know that my disposition changes dramatically if I can't run. So that's why I try to balance it all. And if many of you are new runners and you don't have another sport or physical activity in which you can engage yourself because of a running injury like swimming or cycling or an elliptical trainer or whatever it might be, find something else you can do in case you get that injury that prevents you from running. Because I never used to cycle, and I was always afraid of putting my feet in the clips, and I had to teach myself how to ride a bike because I was, you know, starting to experience more and more running injuries that sidelined me a little bit. And now I'm very comfortable on a bicycle, and it fills the void that running injuries left me with at the times when I had to take time off.
UPS, delivering package solutions for over 100 years.
If you do a long run in the morning, if some of you, what I love about running is it's so accessible. You can do it anywhere, at any time. You don't need a lot of special equipment. So you don't necessarily have to go to a health club or to a Y or some other sort of facility to run. Some of you may, and some of those facilities may have pools. So if that's your I would jump right in the pool after I run. If you want to go back later in the day, then that's fine too. I actually try to time my runs in the summer and spring and early fall around the tides. in Maine, and I'll finish a run and just jump right in the ocean. And it's not like I'm swimming long distance, I'm just getting in to kick it out. And it's just amazing how much better I feel after those long runs and swims. Some people, maybe a hot tub or something like that, where you can just get out and stretch in warmer weather. That works as well, or a jacuzzi at the health club or whatever it is. Anybody else? Well, I wish you well. Enjoy the expo. Enjoy all the festivities surrounding the marathon. And again, I'd like to thank ING for giving me this opportunity to speak to all of you. And go get them. And don't go out and run like a 15 or 16 mile run tomorrow just to make sure you can go the distance. What you've done is done. Good luck, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan. Just so you guys know, Joan's going to be sticking around for a few minutes and signing some autographs, pictures right over here in the corner. So feel free to stick around, and thank you all for joining. We've got another seminar coming up at 1 o'clock.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Bye-bye.
How you doing?
Hi.